Hi everyone and welcome back. Well, we are still in the southern hemisphere in the city of Johannesburg, South Africa. And it's coming on to winter, which means that it's getting much chillier, much colder. The days are getting shorter. And I found myself the other day looking for some warmth and looking outside and seeing the sun was shining. So I went outside and sat in the sun to read. And as the sun moved, I had to move out of the shadow, out of the shade, into more sun, and the sun moved again, and I found myself having to move once again. I'm sure we've all had that experience. But it reminded me that there needs to be an attitude in all of our hearts where we don't dwell in the shade of the past. We don't dwell in the shadows of past issues, things that have happened. We don't dwell in the place where in the inside we become spiritually cold, but we have a desire to continually seek the warmth of the sun. I'm not talking about the sunshine, but I'm talking about the Son of God. We see in the book of James chapter 4 where he writes and he says, draw near to God and he will draw near to you. Which means that we need to be on the move. We need to have an attitude where we're constantly looking for God's presence, God's peace, God's work in our life, constantly looking for him and not dwelling in the shade and the shadows of the past and hurts and disappointments where we can become cold. Sometimes we become set in our ways. We have our own patterns, we have our own desires, our own way of doing things, not realizing that we're missing what is new from the Lord for our lives. We become religious, we become blocked, and we need to have a heart that is so longing just to keep moving closer to the Lord in each and every situation so that we can grow and we can stay warm and hot for him in our Christian life and our Christian faith. The prophet Jeremiah warns the people of Israel and reminds them that they did not obey or listen to the Lord, but they walked in their own counsels and in the stubbornness of their own evil heart, and they went backwards and not forwards. You can see that in Jeremiah chapter 7 verse 24. And that's what I don't want. I don't want to be someone that is going backwards in my Christian life. I want to be someone that is going forwards. So I'm always looking for the sun. I don't want to get cold. I don't want to be in the shade or the shadows, but I want to bathe in the sunshine of God's love and God's peace and God's character and God's plan for my life. May this be the desire for all of us today. God bless.